everyone, I'm back. I thank you all for the comments asking for my next live. Um, those are pretty encouraging for me, so I definitely appreciate those. And I am now back. I'm back. So today I had this idea that we talk about robots and all of them, but you need to understand all the concepts. Hey, Cash 47, appreciate your comment. He had a comment the other day, when's my next live? And it's definitely, yep, you're the first in the room today, and I appreciated your comment yesterday. So, Vaggy Charlie's, he's back. Angelica, she said hello. Um, my BFF is over. Hey, BFF, what's your BFF's name? Hey there. So, guys, for the first time, we got some first timers on the stream today. What I do is I talk about technology. So, technology always has the promise to, make our lives much better and have us flourish more. But, um, I try and explain it in practical things. Um, E- Elijah, hey, how's it going, man? Um, but people don't always explain it to people, and learning technology. I've had a few businesses I've built by myself before, and there's a really big trend going on right now in robotics. So I really want everyone to understand these trends, and today what I'm gonna do is we all talk through the internet, but how much do you guys understand about how the internet works? And I want you guys to understand that because we're hanging out. We hang out, we have fun here. It's not too formal or anything. We just go with what the comments are and stuff like that. But you know, you're gonna be in the world, you're gonna be doing a lot of things, right? And it's nice to understand how things work because then you can work on your ideas and you can bring them to life. So that's pretty cool. Like, it's New Year's time. When's the last time you had an idea and you actually did it? What do you guys think? And a big part of that is not getting distracted, focusing, because when you build something nowadays, there's like 15 vendors who want you to pay for this service and pay for this service. Even streaming, guys. I did streaming. There's Streamlabs. There's StreamYard. There's all these different things. And when you're starting something out, you just don't know what to do. So um, I I I do projects with you guys. You guys saw on my Ozobot videos. That came from someone in the audience who used them in school, and we did some projects with that. But a key component to all of this, how this stuff runs, is how the internet works, guys. So, in the comments, who can give me a brief description of how the internet works? How do you get on your phone? The connectivity. We're gonna have some fun today. I just pulled this out. It was plugged in for me because I'm gonna really break down these concepts. And I have some videos. Let me grab my other phone so that I can show you guys this 1 second. All right, guys. So search and find is what someone said. Oh, I used them in school once. Oh, the Ozobots. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So the way that this works is internet. We all think of Wi-Fi. We've seen the symbol for Wi-Fi, right? We think our internet just receives it all through the air. Is that what everyone imagines, just through the air? And what I'm here to tell you is the way you need to think about the internet is it's like a spider web, all right? Um, and that spider web is all interconnected wires. And then at certain points, there's like, the cell phone towers or your Wi-Fi box. if that's plugged in, it can send signals for like 100 feet, not a lot. Um, so Cash 47, he said, I'm in advanced classes. I'm still in elementary, so it's called ELP. Um, and it's really cool. I go Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think ELP has a different meaning. Are you in the US? I thought ELP is like English learning program. But what does it stand for at your school? Okay, so um, guys, we're gonna learn about how this all works. So um, if someone here is from another country, who's here from another country? Anyone from the UK? Extended learning. Hey, Zaiden Kai Schaffer, welcome in. We're learning how the internet works today. I got examples, and what this is, we're a technology channel, and it's super important that you learn technology because technology always has the promise to make our lives better and flourishing more. And we need the right people working on technology because you guys your life's important, and there's all kinds of things you can do if you have the right knowledge. So we got Hannah in here. She's from the United States. Of course, that's my wife in here. Cash 47. Number one in the room, guys. Let's look at the rankings. We got Cash 47 number one today. Hana number 3. Who's number 2? Where's number 2 at? Baggy Charles is number 2. And Elijah over there. Okay, guys. Anyone from outside the US? I want to use you as an example. Zayden Kai Schaefer, where are you from? Okay, if not, we'll just say someone is in here from. Guys, name a country in the chat. Name a country. I'll do a full example here. Any country. Let's hear it, chat. Chat, the more you comment, it actually helps push this out, and that helps grow the page. I started this at 147 followers, so I think on this chat, we are going to go over 150, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So Cash 47, he said Vietnam. Okay. So if you're in Vietnam, here is how the internet, if I'm talking to Cash 47 in Vietnam, here's how the internet works, okay? So the way it works is actually in between countries, there's underwater sea cables. Has anyone seen an underwater sea cable? And I will pull up a video of what this looks, guys. Remember, guys, we're talking about the internet. We're learning how it works, just so you have that knowledge. And you can do good things in your life. And all right, so this is what. Let me open my camera here. This is what an underwater sea cable looks like. All right. So this shows they're these super thick wires. All right, and they're the bottoms. They connect countries. Gaming with Sam and Jocelyn, welcome back in. Both of you, I've seen your names before. So tonight we're talking about how the internet works, because we normally talk about robots, and it's always about technology, which is the promise of making things that make our lives better. And I was realizing that we don't do enough to share how these things work. So I want everyone here. You guys are gonna learn. I've built my own businesses from the ground up. So a lot of this stuff is like you need to know, like when you're setting up Wi-Fi or whatever. How do you set it up the way you want to do? When you're if you have PCs or you're imaging PCs, which is you do, it's like something you would do to give an employee. How do you set those up? Gaming Sam wants to know what needs better AI. Okay, we can do a survey of that. We'll do a project with AI for sure. But to get to AI, we need to know the basics here. And so for those, I just saw Spike. We're showing underwater sea cables, which look like this. And we're using the example of talking to someone in Vietnam from the United States. So you see how thick these are? These go in between countries, all right? And so whenever you're talking to Vietnam, you think your signal's just going through the air and it's getting there. It's actually traveling. You see my computer setup here, got all the screens, but it's definitely it's traveling to towers. Who's seen the 5G towers? I'll show you what inside a 5G tower looks like too. So you're typing on your computer and it's sending it to the nearest tower. Okay, the towers have wires in them. So this is what the inside of a 5G tower looks like, guys. And you see your signal gets sent here, and you see this, and it has wires inside of this tower. Okay, and those wires connect to the underwater wires, goes between countries, and then it goes to a tower over there and sends to your device. Usually sends, like in your neighborhood, you'll have one of these towers, and from the neighborhood, it'll get sent to your building. Scarlet Grace, welcome in, welcome in. Let me make sure I said hi to Jocelyn, Gaming with Sam. Guys, I always try to say hi to everyone. How do I know this? Well, you know, I try very hard to do a lot of things, and in my 20s, I have my own business, and I try to take care in every step of the way. And so, in doing that, is how I learned all these things about technology, and you know, that's why I have it here to share it with you guys. So. And Scarlett, I'm not sure if I've seen you before, but welcome in. We try to, you know, do projects together, you know, teach. We play Roblox sometimes, and I always listen to the chat, because, you know, you guys are all different, way different lives or different, you know, experiences than me. So, you know, we try to learn from each other. So from those local towers, it gets sent to like a router box. And from the router box, it goes to something like this. And you see, like, this can send directly to your device. All right, this is called an extender. But the same way that those underwater cables are, there's these cables like this. So let me see if I can. So we can go into the types of cables. I know all this stuff too, but this is a cable that would then, you can even plug it, if you have a desktop, you can plug it directly into your computer. But that's kind of how it works. So guys, did we learn in the chat? Did we learn? Was that useful? You guys like, you know, I'm thinking of sharing one concept every time I go live, because think about if you learned every time you tuned in, you just learned something cool like this. Gaming with Sam said yes. Awesome, man. And I know I wasn't live for a few days. I was busy with work, and I was posting some shorts and stuff like that. But Jacob, welcome in. Jacob Uiz, Zell, welcome in, guys. But yeah, I mean, I think if we just do this every day, I can teach you something. You know, guys, I wrote in 2023, I wrote a book on technology and all these concepts. I thought about how best to teach them. So like the spider web and showing you these things, like I have a lot of these ideas already. And just the other day, it came to me like, you wrote that book, you spent a lot of time. Like, why don't you start teaching all the people who are interested in on your channel? So I thought that was a pretty cool content thing. So guys, you tell me, what topics do we want to cover today? Is there anything cool going on over the holidays for you that you've seen? I'll share one thing that I saw the other day that I was like, it's a technology thing, but I was like, wow, that's interesting. So, who here has done the paper airplanes? So guys, I just checked, we're at 148. I want to keep going as much as I can. I have like a 4-hour period today, 6 to 10. Of course, it's hard to go for 4 hours. With that, I better drink some water. But but yeah, I have 4 hours here, so I'll try to hop on, hop off, keep it entertaining. So here, okay. Cash 47 says he makes really good paper airplanes, and I like, I used to make them. I don't think I made the best ones, but it was kind of a fun thing to do, like in class or whatever. Who has heard that now they have? Have you seen the electric paper airplanes? Have you guys seen that? I don't have a video, but I can pull up real quick. And yeah, let me. I'm just gonna grab some water, guys. Be right back. See, I'm quick. All right, guys. So these paper airplanes. Let's see. Let's take a look. Baggy Charles, Jocelyn, Elijah. Any topics you want covered tonight? Tell me how your tell me about your New Year's. New Year's. I don't know if you guys do New Year's resolutions or goals or anything like that. But I'll tell you, like this time of year, the days are getting longer and longer. After the holidays, it tends to be a time where you can get a lot done. So maybe we post in the chat some of our goals for next year, and we talk about those. If you guys have anything, I know I used to have these big reflections of what to do in the next year. I don't so much anymore, but I remember New Year's, I would always give like a little speech about what am I doing for the next year. So I'm interested in what you guys got. Yeah, let me pull up that paper airplane. All right, so this is the new paper airplanes that are electronic. And you evidently control them in the app, so they're kind of like mini drones or something. But anyways, that's just something that I saw, like a new technology that I don't know. I think there's definitely fun made in having like paper airplanes. How about we make one? Let's see how I do. I'll make a little paper airplane. We'll see if we get it to fly. But yeah, I always, little projects like this, that's how you learn. We started covering the internet. Hey, welcome in everyone. This is a technology channel. Technology is like something that I teach about because, technology it offers the promise of, making life better for us. That's why we do things. And I'm super interested in robots right now, robots and AI. So interested that I made this channel to have public discussion on it because robots. I'm making a little paper airplane here. Robots and AI are kind of like what has been imagined for a long time, like machines that do work for us, because the dream was always, especially doing labor is very difficult, and if we could do the hard things through robots, then we could have a much better life where we just tended to the things that we wanted to do. And now we're at that point, right, where we have robots that have AI brains that can do almost anything. But I don't think the way things are set up right now, people are like, oh, now I can just relax. It's like, oh wow, the job market seems impossible, and there's not much protection for us and all that stuff. So I don't see enough public discussion on robots. So that's what I try to do. I go to college campuses, and try to talk to people just like what they think about it, and show them the innovations, and teach people skills that they need in technology, and try to make the best of our time here. So guys, if you're coming in, I'm always looking at Cash 47. Hey, looks like you're dealing with some stress over there. But yeah, I mean, those things are very stressful. It's like there's certainly not a lack of stressful situations that that come about, like the situation that you're talking about, and in those times, it's like, well, what do you do? What's the best way forward? And the first thing is, I think it's important to maintain a routine. All right, if you want to be successful, I think that's why they say discipline, because those things, they help you stay. When your environment, there's a lot of chaos going on, those things help you stay normal. If you wake up and enjoy a certain meal at the same time, or go to bed. Abul Fazl Bain, I recognize your name too. Welcome back. But keep your routine, because routines help keep you safe in a way. And welcome back. Hey, Hannah, thank you. And then it's kind of like, what you do with your life, despite of all that's going on. And what you can certainly do is, you look to, we in our society, we love stories, right? So there's stories of people doing great things in, situations that are stressful or terrible. And you see that other people are capable of that, and you may think to yourself, well, if someone's capable of it, maybe I am important, and I have the capacity to do something. So Techlet, welcome in. I think it's your first time here, so I talk about technology. Technology has the promise of making the world a better place. And so there's tons of innovations right now in this time. Robots and AI are the thing. In just 3 years, 4 out of 5 people will be interacting with a robot on a daily basis. Alexi Churi said something from Temu. We got Temu in the room, okay. So 4 out of 5 people will be interacting with a robot on a daily basis. So think about that. Like, that's huge societal change, and I think there's a potential for a lot of good, but I also think that there needs to be more discussion on it. So I try to, I do fun experiments. I'm making a paper airplane right now, if you guys are wondering. But I do little projects today. I'll go over it again in maybe every 30 minutes. But I was explaining how the internet works. So I did an example of how wires between countries and all that stuff go. So, anyways, I hope I gave you Cash 47. I hope that was a bit of helpful for you, man. But I appreciate you. I mean, this guys. Let's say thanks to Cash 40. I love people. He was asking me when my next live is. When I was just posting shorts the last few days, and that thing is encouraging for me as well. So I appreciate that. Alexi, Cherry, Slushy, welcome, guys. I was at 147 when I started. I want to see. I definitely want to get to 150 today, and just finish the year strong. And I'm gonna do a quick check in where we're at. Let's see where we're at, guys. And I see the new subscriber was Zayden K. Schaefer, and I appreciate that. I think I talked to you earlier in the stream, and shout out, quick shout out. I'll give you guys a shout out. Any new subscribers, I'll give you guys a shout out too. But yes. So we are now at. Oh. So at 148, let's see what we got. Still at 148. Okay. All good. We're rocking because I know some people we've got people in the comments. We're having a good discussion. So guys, let's see if this paper airplane is any good here. All right. Let's check it out. Here we go. How you guys rate it 1 to 10 how the airplane flies. All right, let's see it. How's that? Where's my ratings? 1 to 10. How'd I do on that one? Guys, the chat makes the discussion good, so encourage you to just say something, If 7 out of 10, thank you. And guys, while we got 5 people in here, let's do a quick speed round where we post about how let's post numbers in the chat. Any number, just type it 112 because that'll help push it out to more people. And then I'm gonna go more into explaining the internet to you guys. Hearing the same thing will help you retain it. So we're just gonna go over the internet more, and I'll give some more examples. All right, guys. Thank you. Cash 47 doing his thing tonight. Angelica, thank you. She said 8 out of 10. Guys, let's go. We're posting any number. Just post something in the chat. This helps push it out and grow this page. And what we're trying to do here is teach people about technology and really learn from each other. And we do projects together. I try to be fun too. We play Roblox sometimes, guys. If you're Roblox players, I'm gonna try and do a Roblox night every 2 weeks or so. And into the new year, just do little things to make this more engaging. We just started last month. We got 80,000 views, just the last 2 weeks, really. And we're really gonna, build this up. So let's see what type of cable we got here. All right, so yeah, and a lot of that came through shorts and old videos, and we have 80,000 views on the channel. That was my recent accomplishment, and we're at 147, 148 subscribers, and guys, just 2 weeks ago we were at 78. And once again, thanks to the people who come in here and comment and all that, because I think being able to hear your stories, where you're at in your life, and what countries you're from, and all that stuff, it's really cool. It's really cool, and it helps it. So, guys, the internet again. How does this work? And why Why do we want to learn this? Because, the world's getting more and more electronic. So, for the people who are in here for the first time, let's pull up a quick robot video for you guys to show you what I'm normally covering. All right, so humanoid robots like the Tesla Optimus, in just 2 to 3 years, these are going to be more and more common. All right, 4 out of 5 people will be interacting with these on a daily basis, and that's quick change. And how are these things communicating? Well, that's through the Wi-Fi. So I don't know, maybe you'll be working servicing robots or something like that, and it's having connectivity issues. All right, and you're gonna understand, okay, what's happening here, and maybe you'll be able to fix it, because I have projects I'm planning to do with you all, everything from what's the different types of robots. We're getting a robotic cat. I did check Mark Rober. Yep, I did check him out. So I'll work on higher quality shorts like that, guys. Just last week I was asking people to suggest how I can get better. I'm always trying to get better on here, and people gave me tips like Mark Rober. He's a guy who gets like 1 million views on his stuff, and I'll definitely look at his style and try and make some informational videos like he does. All right, guys. So internet, how is it working? All right, so let's plug this thing in. We're gonna do experiment how we do here. All right, so we got a plug. We plug in. So this is called an extender. All right, and why is it called an extender? It's because it kind of extends the range of the Wi-Fi. So what's it connected to? Just gonna go out here briefly. All right, so check it out. So that is called an access point. All right, and the access point is then connected to like a Wi-Fi box. All right, and then what happens if I want to talk to someone across the world? How is my message getting there in 2 seconds? And the answer to that is from that Wi-Fi box. That is connected to the nearest tower. Who have seen these 5G towers? They're trying to make them look like trees now. I'll show a picture of what one looks like. Picture or video, what do we want? Guys, welcome in. This is a technology channel. Technology is just kind of what we all hope makes our lives better. And I try and teach you guys the concept so that you know for yourself, you're educated. But also, I'm here to have the discussion because, I feel like not enough discussion happens in the space. So I try to be that guy. Guys, let me know what country you're from, where you're coming from. So so that signal is sent to here, tons of wires, and you might recognize it depending on where you live. That signal is sent through here. From there, where does it go? In the comments, does anyone know where it goes? The answer is it goes between countries through underwater sea cables. All right, and this is what those look like. And really, these cables connect the world. Countries often have a shared cable between them, and it's kind of like a spider web throughout the whole world of, cable, and then an access point that sends the signal out you know, the big ones, you know, they might send it a mile radius or something like that, or the smaller ones, like what we showed here, which may send it out like 100 feet or something like that. So that is how the internet works. And I don't know what you guys would, you know, if you have ideas for projects that would be cool, like you want to learn things, how to set up a Wi-Fi router, or how to, you know, how to build a computer, or like we were looking at Ozobots. Maybe some of you guys have seen my videos of the robot choosing between one or two, and you know, we're learning about the basics of a robot, which is sensors. Robots have sensors. They have actuators, which are like the muscles on it. So guys, all these things are all the different components. And as we're going to do a quick check-in, see if we've got any new followers, anyone I can shout out. Oh, let's see. So we started at 147. Last time we were at 148. Let's see if we got any more. Still at 148. All right, no one wants to shout out, but all good. We keep on moving. So, but yeah, and what's cool about the 80,000 views, someone was just talking about it, was like 96 hours of watch time just the last month. So it's, you know, it's a pretty good number. Still got a long way to go, but you know, these builds just, these lives kept getting better and better. It used to be 1 or 2 people. Now, you know, sometimes I'll have 10 and 10. So guys, let's see. No one posted. Artsy, welcome in. Appreciate you being here tonight. We're teaching about how the internet works. Every time, you know, we go over the latest technology. Sometimes we just hang out, but tonight I was just sharing with everyone how the internet works, how it goes from your phone across countries, because you know, and you have it in you to accomplish things, and it's helpful along the way to learn how things work. And so you know, people just join in to hang out, and I say, you know, while we hang out, why don't I give you guys some skills that I've learned. Guys, I had a business in my 20s. I did consulting, a lot of technology stuff, and you know, I've worked at companies rolling out technologies and stuff like that. So you know, I try and give that intel to you as you guys are starting your journey and stuff like that. So Artsy, tell us where you're from. We need someone. If there's anyone that has a social media that they're trying to build. So one thing, part of the public discussion is Artsy is saying, can you, and Angelica said, can you wire an Ethernet cable? And Artsy is saying that when you look at a video and then you go to a website, so that is something that is true. So there is some settings in your phone. Maybe we can do that. I don't know the exact settings, but there's some like listening cookies, like even some of these softwares, like a lot of the apps that have permission for your video, they can pick up on what they hear, and it's very, very gray area, but that they're allowed to do it as long as it stays anonymous. And the way that they keep it anonymous is they assign you a random number, and then when they sell the data, it's not your name specifically, but they're like, okay, this random number likes to listen to dog toys, and then the people buying ads are like, okay, send this to everyone who wants dog toys. So then on the platform, they're like, okay, this number likes dog toys, send them the ad, and that's why you get ads so quickly just having conversations about um, about saying something. So hopefully, Artsy, that helped clear up how that works. We can cover those specific technologies, but honestly, it's kind of it's good to know. Good to know. I can show you how to set things up. But the amount of things that you can't control some things with how technologies are, like even even some like store, like if you go in a store, they do sometimes you can get coupons for that store to your phone. It's like, how do they know they're in a store? Well, they can send it to your wallet. I worked at a company that you walked into a casino and you could get a coupon for the casino, and they can do that through geolocation and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot out there that is possible with technology. And if you guys are interested in something, I'm happy to go into that sort of stuff. But guys coming in, please start commenting. Let's let me hear what what you're interested in. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, guys, and let's pull someone's social up that we can support. If there's anyone here, I think the biggest thing that AI and robots are changing is kind of the supply demand of jobs and jobs in general. So, you know, the idea of jobs was, okay, if I work at a company, then they will take care of me. They'll give me enough money for my retirement, for my health care, all that stuff. And in recent years, the wages haven't grown, but the cost of everything have grown, and employers are a lot less loyal. They're quick to fire you, and this isn't all employers, but there's a chance that where you end up, they won't be as loyal. So what that leads to is, you know, and people have already kind of figured it out with doing social media and things on the side, and I think it's important that you do, because it takes years to build something, and if you get started now, if you get going on it, then maybe in a few years time, or maybe for some people it just happens quick. um you know it's a good thing to have, because you don't want to go through periods where your company didn't take care of you, and then you don't have any options, because it does take that. So I encourage people to share their social medias in the chat, even if you don't have an official page about a specific subject. But make some videos about something you're interested in. We had people one guy who was a bartender, and he posted about Guinness. We had one guy who was into airplanes, and he started making videos about airplanes. And I always encourage that here. So if there's someone, post your socials, and I'll pull it up. I'll give you a follow, and I'm not coming to save your socials or blow you up, but sometimes just a little bit of encouragement is nice, and so that's what I am attempting to do here. And let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get some more. Cash 47. Okay, we'll pull up your TikTok here in just 1 second. All right, guys. TikTok time. And my TikTok is also the same on Robot News Alert. And I was gonna ask you guys, um, So I'm making my first clips, my clips of the lives, and I was wondering, like, you know how, like, with my name, you know how, like, there's some streamers, like, okay, you say you got I show speed, and it's like, oh, speed does this, speed does that. Do you think, like, robot news alert? I like the handle, but when I'm making clips, should it be Jason? Because I put robot news alert, Jason Modal. Should I be like, oh, Jason does this, or does it have to be my first name, like full name, Jason Modal? What do you guys think about me making clips, and how would you put my name? Like, what do you think sounds the best? Should it just be Jason, or what? C4SH47. All right, so I got TikTok pulled up here. Is it one of these? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, guys. What are you guys thinking of the stream? By the way, I've had 4 people for most of the stream, and the one at 6 is never as many people. But the one at like 7 and 8, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll wrap it up, give my voice like 10 minutes of rest, and then I'll be back on at 7 and 8 and 9. Do like 45 minutes at a time. What do you guys think? I think that sounds good. Artsy, did I answer your question about the technology you were asking about? All right, guys. Well, I'm not seeing many TikTok comments. Cash47, I looked up your TikTok. I'm not sure I saw it. But guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be back on in about 10 minutes. I'll be back on in 10 minutes, and we can go over some new technologies, or if it's new people in the room, we can, explain things like we were doing before. Guys, for people joining, this is a technology channel, so I go around. I have a robotic cat on the way. I had a mini robot that we were showing the other day, and tonight I've been sharing how internet works from your phone if you want to contact someone internationally, all the wires that it goes through to get there. So that's what we do on this channel, and we have conversations that matter, and there's great possibility once you learn how everything works, and I try and share about that, guys, because I've had my business, I've built it from the ground up, so I know a lot about these different technologies, and I try and teach people and have some fun with it. And it's not all teaching. I do Roblox too. We have Roblox nights, stuff like that. But that is how we do over here, guys. So Roop Kumar, what task your robot? This is a miniature robot, Roop. So let me pull out let me see if I have the small one around here. I'm just looking where I put I have a box, but I'll show you. And it's a basic robot with sensors, but it can follow black lines and stuff like that. So let me pull out this robot, and I'll show you. And welcome in. Let us know where you're from. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna find that robot. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna do a quick robot demo here because Roop Kumar has asked about it. Welcome in. All right, so check it out. You see, this is a very miniature robot. So it has sensors up here that can see things. You see, it's a very basic build here. It's called an Ozobot. And what we're gonna do is, I'll show you. It's programmed. Oh, welcome in. New York City in the house. So I'm gonna show you this is our previous project. It's called an Ozobot, but I'm gonna do a quick demo for you because you asked, and thank you for connecting, guys. You know, and thank you for all those who have followed. We were at 147 when we started the stream, so we're growing, and we've grown from 88 just 2 weeks ago, 80,000 views, and I try and get on here and be as informative as I can. All right, guys. So how this robot works is, first it needs to calibrate. All right. So what you do is you put it on a black dot as big as the robot, and you'll see what it does. All right. So if it becomes calibrated, it will turn and move off of the circle. So I need to reset this. All right, just resets the program here. See, it makes a little noise. Okay, so now let's see if we can reset it. And let me do a full reset here, 10 seconds. All right. So we're doing a quick demo here. Hopefully quick. Okay, you see that? Is it gonna move off? Okay, moving off means it has been calibrated. All right, guys, so now this robot has been calibrated, and now it's programmed to just follow black lines. So if you hear from my shorts, you know, you've seen some of these videos, but for example, I need a bit more of a smooth surface here, guys. This is just my desk, but all right. So you see it's programmed to follow black lines, so you can do choices like here. I just drew these: ranch with wings, blue cheese with wings. Let me know what you guys think. But so I'll put it on the black line, and then, you know, it may go a different way every way, but you see this one, it went blue cheese with wings. I personally like ranch, but you see how these things work. So Roop, I hope that answers your question. Roop was asking about, you know, robots, but we teach about all the robots here. So it's not, this is just a project we did to learn. These are the sensors, okay? The wheels, I guess, would be considered actuators, which just means how the robot moves. This is how it senses, and then this is the computer brain of the robots. So yeah, I'm a ranch guy too. Not all ranches though. I feel like ranches can vary a lot. So yeah, like, you know, if you guys saw some of my shorts, like I've been it's been getting me a lot of views, so that's why I've been pushing out so many of these. But you know, with this robot, iced coffee, hot coffee. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But we'll see what the robot thinks about it. All right. Oh, didn't work. You see, sometimes with these lines, it doesn't know to keep going. Never had coffee. Cash has never had coffee. Oh, still not working. And you see, then, you know, it might be a learning that, okay, it's too small of a line, but okay, it got through this time and went iced coffee. There you go. So, guys, this is an example of a robot. And Cash 47. Yeah, I tried to look you up on TikTok, but it didn't show up. I'll show you what I had. And guys, what we're doing is, you know, with Roop, no, that this is a very simple model. It's kind of like a um, pre-programmed experiment where it just has sensors and picks up on different colors. But I mean, those are more, that's really what's pushing guys. He's asking about LLM models with the AI. If you guys don't know, LLM, large language models, they've what have driven GPT. Who knows what GPT means from um, our previous streams? Anyone? Can anyone post it? Show you guys have been listening and learning. GPT. I'll do. So, GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Generative means it generates text or something for you, and pre-trained is the data set that is trained on, and transformer is a bit to do with the architecture of the AI model. So, but anyways, guys, yeah, like we learned from things from the ground up. Cash 47. I actually don't drink coffee. I very rarely drink coffee. I drink tea a bit more, but I'm with you there. I don't really drink much coffee. Um, Sometimes I don't drink. I go through periods of not even drinking any tea or coffee, but I go back and forth, I guess. But guys, so we just showed you this basic robot. It's just programmed to follow lines. But on this channel, for those who are here for the first time, we talk about robots so much because I, I've a lot of my career was working on different types of technology and stuff like that, and what's happening with robots and AI right now, it's really accelerating things, and technology always has that promise to make life better. Um, and I'm not sure enough public discussion is happening with the new technology, because if we look back hundreds of years when the concept of a robot came about. Let me drink some water. I'm trying to go for 4 hours tonight, guys. So, a robot, we people dreamed of a machine that could do work because then they'd have less labor and they could enjoy other things in life. And really, that idea, powerful idea, because it brought the industrial revolution and all this technology. I think where we're at today is the technology is doing all the work, and people aren't really sharing in that success, and we're more afraid of robots and AI taking our jobs, because without the jobs it's hard to survive, and it's kind of a new problem because previously the problem was the work was so hard. The fields were there, the land was there, the food was there. Now it's kind of the opposite problem where you know we feel there's not enough work to make the money that we need to succeed and get all the food and all that stuff. So it's definitely an interesting thing. um but guys, um let's see, I started at 148, we're now at 150, guys. That is a milestone. 150. Let's get some numbers in the chat. That helps push this out to more people. um there's not many people in the room right now. I will probably take a break for 10 minutes and come back in 10. Oh, and Cash, if you're still in the room, I tried to follow your TikTok, but I wasn't sure which one it is. So I can pull that up again real quick. So you see, I typed this in. Is it either one of those two? That's all I got. Let me see view all. Yeah, just this one right here. The one with this one. Is this you? All right, well, we're just going to give this one a follow and let me know if that's right. Gotcha. All right. There you go, guys. If you're enjoying this, in 10 minutes, I'm going to hop back on. I'm going to take a brief break just to, give my voice a rest for a couple minutes. And I'm going to try and do 4 hours tonight. So, guys, make sure you follow so you don't lose me. And I'll see you back in 10 minutes.